Hugh Jackman is, of course, back for the 5th time as Wolverine in the new superhero blockbuster, The Wolverine. Set in Japan with a whole new set of villains and characters, this summer flick promises nothing less than action, love, and lots of claws. The film premiered in Seoul, Korea recently, and Ebuzz was down to catch all the action. Take a look. The Wolverine is set in modern-day Japan after the events of X-Men: The Last Stand, when the group has disbanded and its members gone on their separate ways. Out of his depth in an unknown world, Logan faces his ultimate nemesis in a life-or-death battle that will leave him forever changed. Seoul, Korea was sizzling with action as Wolverine himself, Hugh Jackman, was down promoting the film. First up was the press conference, where Hugh Jackman fielded questions from reporters all over about the film, playing Wolverine, and his claws.
But by far for me the most spectacular scene and one of the most fun to watch and yet most difficult to shoot was the bullet train sequence. I think it is very inventive, very cool, great action, and actually it's a good emblem for the movie because while it is spectacular, it also is very human. I must admit, I felt what made Wolverine so interesting as a character is not just his superhuman strengths, his claws, the healing ability, but really the more human side.
Then we got to sit down with him to find out more about the highly anticipated movie.
In every way, I find Japan fascinating and interesting and very mysterious, and the customs, the culture, the people. We have some great Japanese actors in this which dominate the movie, and I think in every way it feels different.
It's his 6th time playing the badass character, but does Hugh Jackman ever get sick of doing it?
I'm loving playing it more than ever. I'm really enjoying it, and this particular movie comes from a very famous saga in the comic book series, and I'd been wanting to do this particular movie for about 13 years.
Categorized as a character piece rather than your typical superhero action flick, the film delves into the inner thoughts and world of Wolverine unlike any other previous films.
For a lot of the movies, we concentrated on the fact that Wolverine has no memory of his past, you know? Right. And actually, in this movie, he has some memories, and they're not good ones. This plays on after X-Men 3, where the love of his life is killed. So we never got to explore that. In this movie we do, and in this whole movie we really get to see the vulnerable side of him, the more human side of him.
But even though Hugh has played the iconic role the most times a single actor has ever played a comic book hero, he actually didn't know of Wolverine's existence back then.
I didn't even know it existed. In fact, there's a pub band in Sydney called the Uncanny X-Men when I was growing up, and I thought, they want me to play Brian Maddox?
Now that The Wolverine is out, can fans expect a new movie with the X-Men crew or anything of that sort?
I'm shooting it right now, man. I know it 100%. If you could hypnotize me, I'll tell you everything.
And then it was on to the main event of the night, the red carpet premiere, where hundreds of screaming fans were in attendance. They were treated to spectacular and entertaining stage performances from musicians and stuntmen. The excitement reached fever pitch when Hugh Jackman made his grand entrance. The Aussie actor delighted his fans as he graced the carpet, stopping to sign autographs and snap photos along the way. After all that fanfare, he took to the stage and talked about the film, before closing off the night by dancing to Gangnam Style. What a night it was.